Let me introduce the main contender in today's battle. In the northwestern corner of the natural arena, stepping out from the snow-covered slopes, where only wind and survival remain, a silent giant packed with muscle and resolve. Scientific name, Ursus arctos horribilis. Nickname, the lone wanderer of the deep forest. Tactics, never strikes first, but once it does, nothing stands its ground. Weight, over 770 pounds. Pure, relentless force. This is not your ordinary predator. This is the grizzly bear, the living legend of North America's wilderness. No growling, no frantic chase. The grizzly bear enters like an ancient force, quiet, heavy, and deliberate. It has nothing to prove, because wherever it walks, others simply move aside. Every swipe, every step, calculated. Never wasted, never rushed. It doesn't need to hunt every day, but when it acts, the ending is always certain. There's no alarm call when a grizzly makes its move. No heavy footfall, no warning signs. Only stillness, then a sudden absence. Its strength doesn't come from rage. It comes from control. The complete control of a creature that has survived tens of thousands of brutal winters, without mercy and without compromise. In the snow-blanketed wild, where cold wind strips life to its core, another species thrives on strategy and patience, the gray wolf. They never walk alone. They move as a pack, like a military unit, hunting with precision and teamwork. These are clever warriors who know how to surround, divide, and sometimes challenge even the strongest. But when the shadow of a grizzly appears over the ridge, even wolves hesitate. Not because it runs faster, not because it has the numbers, but because it doesn't need to prove anything. It is the final stop on the food chain. And so the pack must decide, is that piece of meat worth risking claws and a weight that more than doubles their own? Sometimes the wolves stay, not to win, but to negotiate with stairs and space. It's not surrender. It's recognition that today the feast does not belong to them. Not every battle begins with a roar. Some begin with a breeze, carrying the scent of raw meat, fresh blood, and opportunity. From a distance, the grizzly already knows. It doesn't need to see, it only needs to smell. A wounded moose stumbling through brush along the stream. There are no heavy footsteps, no chase. Only a slow, steady approach. One step, one held breath at a time. For other predators, this might be a hunt, but for the grizzly, this is nature balancing itself. One injury, one slip, one moment of distraction. That's all it takes to shift the scales of survival. No need to waste energy, no need to win a race, just perfect timing and no mistakes. When claw meets flesh, resistance is already too late. No theatrics, just an ending. Swift, clean, and without warning. Not every predator lives alone, but for the grizzly bear, solitude isn't a choice. It's a survival rule. They avoid each other, not out of fear, but out of knowledge, that when two equals meet, only one walks away unharmed. The rest? Blood, dirt, and scars that last a lifetime. Mating season turns the forest into a battlefield without drums. Multiple males silently follow a single female. No roars, no loud challenges. Only a sudden clash, fast as lightning, heavy as a sledgehammer. The victor earns no glory, only the right to pass on his bloodline. And the loser? Sometimes he doesn't even have the strength to retreat. When survival is threatened, even biology can bend. Some males will kill cubs that aren't theirs to bring the female back into heat. But not all mothers retreat, because for them, protecting their young isn't just instinct, it's purpose. The coastline might seem peaceful, waves whispering, wind brushing over rocks. But when a whale carcass washes ashore, that peace disappears. From miles away, the grizzly smells it. The scent of rotting flesh, thick fat, and a chance to survive the hunger season. No howling, no marking. The bear arrives as if summoned, not by invitation, but by instinct. And when it gets there, no one asks for permission. No one dares object. The first to eat is the strongest. The rest, watch, wait, and hope. But if another challenger appears, equal in weight, in claws, in will, then the feast becomes a battleground. No tables, no seats, only two giants locking eyes with no need for translation. When claws strike flesh, it's not just about food, it's a declaration of who is strong enough to survive in a world without mercy. And when the loser limps away or never gets up, the victor doesn't cheer. It just lowers its head and keeps eating, as if nothing ever happened. Not all rulers are loud, some are silent, but just as dangerous. The mountain lion is one of them. It moves like a shadow, no sound, no trace. It strikes fast, then vanishes before sunrise. Unlike the grizzly, growling, brooding, and capable of shaking the forest, the mountain lion is an artist of avoidance. It doesn't like conflict. It prefers quick kills and clean exits. But sometimes these worlds collide. A hidden deer carcass beneath the forest canopy. On one side, a prize claimed by the silent hunter. On the other, a scent carried on the wind, calling in an uninvited guest. The grizzly doesn't ask who made the kill. It only wants to know where the meat is, and walks in like it owns everything. The mountain lion watches from afar. It doesn't roar, doesn't rush, it pauses, knowing that today is not the day to win with sharp claws, but with smart timing. There is no fight, no blood spilled. But in the glance exchanged through the shadows, a battle takes place, quiet, heavy, and unspoken. Summer in the north is brief, and the grizzly knows it better than anyone. When salmon begin their upstream journey, the air changes. The rivers become battlegrounds of nutrition. Grizzlies gather near the streams, at narrow rapids and crashing falls. where each successful bite could mean an extra week of survival in the coming freeze. This is no longer hunting, it's a ritual, where instinct and time are the two fiercest rivals. They eat like tomorrow is the end. Each swallowed fish becomes a brick in the wall of fat that shields the heart through winter. One grizzly can devour tens of thousands of calories in a single day. Not out of greed, but necessity. Those who arrive early get the best spots. Those who come late must struggle between rocks, rushing water, and relentless hunger. Not every bear succeeds, but those who fail won't make it through their first winter. No one teaches a bear where to go. There are no maps, no signs, only memory, terrifyingly precise. An adult male can travel over 400 miles in a single season, crossing forests, swimming icy rivers, navigating valleys untouched by humans. No hesitation, no getting lost. They remember where the berries ripened last summer. They remember where a deer carcass once lay beneath the snow. And when the season returns, so do they, as if carrying a survival calendar in their mind. Instinct is the compass, but memory is the map. Together, they make the grizzly more than a survivor. They make it a strategist, choosing food by terrain and season, from roots and insects to large mammals. They can smell food over 10 miles away, and when needed, they fight with speed and strength that stuns even seasoned observers, because no one expects something so massive to strike so fast. The grizzly bear is not just an animal, it is the living definition of pure instinct, quiet power, and survival without explanation. From the misty forests to salmon-filled rivers, every step it takes is a silent lesson in endurance. It doesn't chase fame, it doesn't build empires, but all others give way when it appears, not from fear, but respect. In an age where humans rush to find answers, the grizzly reminds us that sometimes silence, stillness, and timing are all you need. You don't always fight, but when you do, you don't lose. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the wild. If you found this story worth sharing, please like, subscribe, and pass it along. Your support helps us keep telling the raw, emotional, and unforgettable truths of the natural world. We are mysteries from the world's most extraordinary survivors. See you in the next episode.